Brilliance Audio presents Heartsong by Debbie Macomber, performed by Rachel Fulginetti. Slowly, silently, the heavy fog began to rise. The brisk offshore breeze set the thick moisture stirring around the Golden Gate Bridge. Gradually, the sun broke through the low-lying vapor to display the wonders of the beautiful city of St. Francis. Releasing a sigh of appreciation for the natural beauty around her, Skye Garvin leisurely strolled toward the hospital. A freshness seemed to flow through her. Usually, by the end of the day, the demands of teaching a classroom full of enthusiastic kindergartners left her physically and mentally drained. But even knowing she would be volunteering several hours at the hospital this afternoon couldn't dampen this new exuberance. The fresh air and brilliant sunlight brought a bounce to her step, and she hummed a catchy tune. Once on the children's ward, she paused to resecure the thick, honey-colored chignon the brisk wind had ruffled about her oval face. Her bright blue eyes sparkled, and her cheeks were whipped a rosy hue. "You're here at last." Sally Avery, the head pediatric nurse, smiled in greeting. "Billy's been waiting impatiently all afternoon. I think he's ready to collect on his bed." Skye pulled a wry face. "Oh dear, I was afraid of that." The corners of Sally's mouth curved upward. "You realize you're hopeless, don't you? Anyone crazy enough to race that child down the corridor in a wheelchair deserves what she gets." Skye disguised her own amusement. "Kindly remove that snicker, Sally Avery. How was I to know Billy would practice day and night? You're the one who told me he wouldn't even sit in the wheelchair, and then on the day of the race, he takes off like Parnelli Jones." Sally laughed, but her eyes grew serious. "All kidding aside, thank you. I don't know if Billy would ever have voluntarily accepted the wheelchair if it hadn't been for you." "Oh, nonsense. He just needed a little subtle encouragement," she said, refusing the credit. "I'd better go see the little rascal and discover my forfeit. While you're there, see if you can do anything to cheer up his new roommate." "I'll do what I can." Skye paused, thinking she'd detected a gleam of mischief in Sally's expression. "I'll be back with Billy in a few minutes." She flashed a quick smile to the short brunette, who had been her good friend for several years. Skye and Sally were strikingly different in looks, but not temperament. Sally, with her short, stylish curls and slightly plump build, was perpetually dieting, while Skye, tall and slender, never needed to worry about her weight, but both were the impulsive, fun-loving type. "Good afternoon, Sprout," Skye greeted her favorite 10-year-old. "Hello, Skye." Billy's young face lit up with pathetic eagerness. "You haven't forgotten our bet, have you?" "I doubt that you would let me," Skye said, a little dryly. "You said I could choose anything I wanted." "Within reason," she added quickly, wondering how she could have been so rash. "We'd better whisper," Billy warned, and gestured to the hospital bed beside his. The heavy white curtain surrounding the area prevented her from looking at his new roommate. "He's asleep, I think." "Then let's go before we wake him," Skye whispered. "I know what I want for my prize," Billy said loudly, forgetting his own advice in his enthusiasm. An impatient oath came from the unknown occupant of the room. "Oops, sorry, Mr. Kiley," Billy apologized. "Either be quiet or get out of here." The hard voice breathed heavily in irritation. Involuntarily, Skye moved closer to Billy. There was no need for the man to be so impatient and brusque. Billy was having a rough enough time. A tragic victim of a hit-and-run driver, he was facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life in a wheelchair. Billy was special, always offering others a ready smile, even when in considerable discomfort. Other children came and left the hospital with amazing briskness, but Billy had remained for 2 months, and Skye had become devoted to the courageous youth.